Hello, welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd, and you were watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I've got some breaking news coming out from Russia to share with you. So, we've got reports that the Ukrainians have once again launched another swarm of drone attacks in the Krasnodar region. We have reports of the port of Kavkaz coming under attack by drones, and a ferry that was used to transport Russian military equipment from Russia's mainland over to Crimea was struck. Okay, and I believe this is the ferry in the photo, or at least one very similar to it. It was called the Slavianin, I think is the name of it. And it was apparently one of Russia's last ferries that they have that they've been using to transport Russian military equipment from the port of Kavkaz over to Crimea. And I'm going to show you on a map here in just a moment. So yeah, apparently this thing was struck and there was significant damage from what's being reported on X. We're also going to go over a report on Voice of America. We've got an article that talks a little bit about this as well. So apparently during this attack, the governor of that region of Krasnodar also reported that there was some injuries to some of the port workers, and we also had reports, unfortunately, too, of an innocent person that was killed in these attacks. So it looks like another massive attack from Ukrainian drones flying into the Krasnodar region. So I'm going to show you some stuff here today regarding this topic. And I want to talk about this first. So this was not too long ago. Okay, this is on X. Ukraine Frontline posted breaking: several missiles of Ukrainian production from the coastal missile complex Neptune hit the oil terminal in the area of the port Kavkaz, Krasnodar region, Russia. General Staff informs. So I don't know if you guys remember this story. I did this report. It was at the end of May. It says May 31st here. So somewhere around like May 30th, May 31st is when this attack took place. Ukraine had struck a oil terminal just here at this Kavkaz port. Okay, they struck it apparently with Neptune missiles. This place went up in flames, as you can see here. One of the biggest attacks I have seen on the Russian mainland when Ukraine struck this port. Okay, again, they used Ukrainian Neptune missiles. These were not ATACMS missiles from the west or anything like that. No, these were directly Ukrainian missiles that struck this territory. And yeah, completely destroyed the port of Kavkaz. So wanted to share that with you, that was something recently that we last reported on the port of Kavkaz. Now we've got an attack again on the port of Kavkaz, but in this time it was drones, okay, that came under attack in this area. So I want to show you on a map here as well kind of where this took place at. So if we zoom in down here, this is the Black Sea. Here's the Krasnodar region right here. And here is Crimea, okay, this piece of land sticking out here. And in between, very close to the Kerch Bridge, I think this might be the Kerch Bridge right here. Very close to it, there's a port here called the Port of Kavkaz, okay? So it's right here. There's an oil terminal here. And I think there might be an electrical substation from last I heard, too. I think an electrical substation came under attack here as well back in May whenever Ukraine targeted this with their Neptune missiles. So if you can see, it's connected to the Russian mainland. So what they do is they transfer goods from this port of Kavkaz. They transfer military equipment using this ferry that came under attack, apparently according to X, and they'll transport them over here to maybe Kerch, somewhere over here, and move this military equipment over to Crimea, which ends up on the mainland over here, okay? So this is the port that came under attack. I'm not sure if there was any other infrastructure that was hit here in this attack, but we know for sure a ferry that was docked here, so similar to what we'd see here. They load up all their equipment on these ferries here, and then they move them over to Crimea. So one of these ferries at this port got hit. So very massive attack from the Ukrainians. And the reason why they're doing this as well, it really seems like what they're trying to do is create a choke point or pinch off all the supplies going over to Russia, or excuse me, over to Crimea from Russia. And, we continuously see Ukraine attacking the Krasnodar region and also Crimea. And it definitely seems like at some point, maybe Ukraine's plan is to eventually retake Crimea. Who knows if they'll ever be able to do that. But it definitely seems like they may be setting up an attempt to try that at some point in the future. I want to show you guys this here on Voice of America now. Deadly Ukrainian drone attack hits ferry port in Krasnodar, Russia. Russia says. It says here, Russian officials said Tuesday a Ukrainian drone attack hit a ferry port in the southern Russian region of Krasnodar, killing at least one person. The attack struck Port Kavkaz and also injured some other port workers, Krasnodar Governor Veniamin Kondratyev said on Telegram. Russia's defense ministry said Tuesday it destroyed 25 Ukrainian aerial drones, including 21 over the Black Sea and Russia-occupied Crimea. Vyacheslav Gladkov, governor of the Belgorod region, said on Telegram that Ukrainian drones had struck vehicles in several villages, injuring at least 5 people. So even the Belgorod region coming under attack as well. The governor of Bryansk reported no damage or injuries after air defenses shot down 2 Ukrainian drones entering the Bryansk region as well. And typically we see this whenever Ukraine targets the Krasnodar region. A lot of the times, just like we reported a couple days ago, multiple other regions come under attack. Bryansk comes under attack. Belgorod comes under attack at the same time. Sometimes the Kursk region as well. So it says here, officials in the Sumy region in northeastern Ukraine said Tuesday a Russian drone attack damaged an energy facility, knocking out power to 50,000 people. So we even had an attack as well today in the Sumy region. That's up northwest of Kharkiv, coming under attack by drones, knocking out power at a energy facility to 50,000 people. The Ukrainian military said the country's air defenses shot down 7 of 8 Russian drones deployed in overnight attacks, and that a Russian-guided missile did not reach its target. Serhiy Lysak, governor of the Dnipropetrovsk region, said Tuesday on Telegram that a Russian kamikaze drone injured 3 people and damaged several homes in Marhanets. An earlier drone attack hit the city of Nikopol, and there were no casualties, Lysak said. So if you look at this war, it's really getting crazy every single day. I mean, Russia and Ukraine are just constantly battering each other consistently. But definitely what we see a lot is the attacks coming from the Russians end up striking and hitting lots of innocent civilians. We just reported earlier today, too, there was a school up in the town of Derhachi, I think it's Derhachi near Kharkiv, came under attack in the last couple days as well. And the Ukrainians are stating that this was just a school that was bombed, but the Russians were also saying that this was a kind of like a NATO base that was being used, a temporary base for Western instructors to come and help out the Ukrainians. And supposedly they struck this building and killed everybody inside. There was at least 50 instructors that were killed. At least that's what the Russians said. So obviously what we're continuing to see in this war is it's really picking up and getting crazier by the day, and the attacks are still continuing, even if they're not widely reported. Russia and Ukraine is still at war with each other, okay? They're still heavily attacking each other almost every single day, and I continue to report this for you guys. So one last thing I just want to show you. Let's talk about this ferry real quick from Nexta on X. The AFU has struck the port of Kavkaz in Crimea. A Russian ferry was significantly damaged, says General Staff. The Ukrainian Navy, together with other units of the defense forces, inflicted significant damage to the enemy ferry Slavyanin, which was used to transport railroad cars, vehicles, and containers for military purposes. Slavyanin is the third and last railroad ferry that the Russian Federation had in the specified region, said in a statement. So here's that picture of the ferry. Had this on the thumbnail for you guys before you came in here. And apparently this is a photo of that ferry that was struck. And I also found another photo. I wasn't able to really confirm that, but this is a photo that is widely being shared all over social media on X here. And lots of people reporting that this is the ferry that was hit and caught on fire after a drone struck it. So again, this is a ferry that is being used, from what's being reported, by the Russians to transport military equipment, vehicles, things like that, from the Russian mainland over to Crimea, which is currently controlled by the Russians, okay? So definitely a big story here that I just wanted to share with you. So again, just to recap, we have a ferry that was struck, used to transport Russian military equipment over to Crimea from the Russian mainland. And we had some reports of people being injured at the ports, and one person that was also killed, unfortunately, in this attack. It's very unfortunate. Innocent people don't deserve to die, but that's the case here whenever we have war and we've got drones flying everywhere. Eventually, someone's going to get hurt, maybe even killed. So we had that reported as well. So again, the port of Kavkaz coming under attack in the Krasnodar region. Once again, the second time that I've heard of this port being attacked in the last few months. Again, we reported that just back in May, that Neptune missiles struck this port, destroying the oil depot or oil refinery that is there as well. So let me know what you think down below regarding this topic. That's going to be it for this update. If you got something out of this, please smash that like button. Also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless. And we'll see you in the next one.